Alex Crawford reporting there. We're back now to our story about new developments in fertility treatment. I'm joined now by lesbian author Kiki Archer, who had 2 children using IVF with her partner. Well, what do you make of this news, Kiki? I mean, a lot of people are saying it's quite a small kind of experiment at this stage, so it's unfair perhaps for us to start blowing trumpets, but what do you make of it?
I think it's fantastic news, and I think that anybody who's going through IVF, they try and read as much, they try and take on as much information as they can. So I think they'll just view this as another piece of information and hopefully it will give them slightly more hope that the chance of success will be slightly higher.
How much do we understand about the science involved in this? The critical thing is that the embryos don't get moved, do they?
Yeah, they stay in one area, and it's a photo time-lapse imaging, so they can see which embryos have got the most chance of implantation in the womb, the most chance of success, hopefully.
I didn't realise that there was such a selection process. I mean, that sounds a bit science fiction in a way, doesn't it?
Well, I think there was anyway.
Yeah.
So there was, and it was all done by ice. This is just a scientific advancement, that's all it is. But it's not about selecting, it's just the whole thing with IVF. IVF is just mums and dads and mums, dads and dads, single parents who want a family, who want children. That's all it is. There's no bigger story.
But they're very, very motivated to have children, aren't they, clients for IVF? And so if you put out a signal saying, look, we think we've got a system that works much better, and you've only actually experimented on 86 couples or 60 couples at this stage, it might be a little early because these are people whose hopes are very easily raised and they'll grasp at anything. Yeah,
but I think people who do go through IVF, they know what a heartbreaking process it can be anyway. And I think there will be an additional charge for this treatment, but I do believe if I went through it again, I would choose, even based on the small study at the moment, I would choose to have this technique.
How different experience was it for you than, say, someone who just has a child with their partner and one day that partner gets pregnant and then they have a baby? How different is the IVF experience from that?
Well, I think it's really quite hard. I'm not quite sure how people actually get pregnant because it's so difficult. The chances of the sperm and the egg meeting and implanting is so small anyway. So I think even my friends, my straight friends who are trying for babies, it can be a really hard, heartbreaking time. And some people are naturally more fertile than others. And in my case, the first step before IVF was actually IUI, which is intrauterine insemination. So it's slightly more natural than IVF, because the sperm is inserted into whichever fallopian tube your egg's travelling down, then you're just hoping that the sperm and the egg meet and then it implants, and it happens that way.
How intense, though, is the experience for you and your partner?
Really
hoping
intense.
for it to work, investing so much money in it. I mean, I'm trying to get a picture of how important this news might be to some people out there.
It will be very important. I think for us, it took us 18 months. It took my partner tried to conceive first, and it took 3 IUI cycles and over an 18-month period. And if that hadn't worked, we'd have then moved on to IVF. But because it had taken so long, when my son was 3 months old, we decided to start my treatment thinking there'll be a nice 18-month age gap, and it worked first time. So my children are 1 year apart.
So you both had babies?
Yeah.
Well, how did you come to that decision?
It was, well, we both, naturally, we both wanted to carry. We both wanted to have that experience, and my partner's slightly older. She won't mind me saying, but she's slightly older, so she wanted to go first.
So what kind of titles are your children using in the house, or are they going to use in the house to refer to you two?
We're both mum.
You're both mum to both?
Both mum.
Both mum to both?
Both mum, yeah.
Kiki Archer, that's fascinating.
Okay.
Thanks very much indeed for coming
in
and talking to us this evening.
Thank you.